What is good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason. We are back here for another one. Tonight, it is the first preview show of the 2022 regular season. I'm excited to get into it. We got a new thumbnail, got a new look for this year. I'm excited to get into this. Again, I will be live on Sunday for the live reaction. And then right after that, we will be doing the fifth quarter post-game show, which will be an open panel show for all you guys to come up and react to the win or the loss. So new format coming on Sunday as well. But guys, I got to talk about something here. We got to dive right into it a little bit right here. Lamar Jackson. Now, if you've seen Vegas odds, have us at like plus 400 for Lamar Jackson to be a Miami Dolphin next year. With the news coming out today that negotiations are over. Now, obviously they can tag him, all that kind of jazz. I am going to have a absolutely massive update coming to the Patreon tonight, as well as coming to the community tab for members only. I will be dropping that later tonight. After I'm live, it'll probably be coming around 10 o'clock. I got to put it together. I've been collecting information all day, and I got a lot of stuff on Lamar in Miami. A lot of stuff. And it's not so much from Miami's side. Let's put it that way out there. Okay? So I got a big update coming to the Patreon and the community tab for members only of the channel tonight. You could probably expect that between 10, 11 o'clock tonight. You can expect that update to hit you. All right? So it's going to be a big one. Now, again, I'm going to lay the context out for you. And I will when I drop the piece as well. A lot of it is from Lamar's camp. All right? So we're going to there's a lot to unpack with that, but I'm going to wait for the Patreons and the YouTube channel members to get their eyes on it first. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you are new. I'm hearing a lot of things. All right. You see the Patreon below. You can hit join below next to the YouTube, next to subscribe. I'm going to have a big update. That's all I'm going to lay out to you today. Okay. And I was on the phone with one of my, with my website guy today. Shout out to the homie Joey. And we were chopping it up, and my phone started blowing up. So I am going to relay that stuff to you guys tonight on the Patreon and on the community tab if you are a YouTube channel member. So big update coming tonight to the Patreon for y'all. Remember, you should not be surprised. You should not. I told you guys back in December that this narrative was going to happen. I kept saying in December, January, February, March, I kept telling you guys that this was going to happen. And remember, from what I was hearing was a lot from Lamar's side still. All right? So just to give you an example, right? A lot of the stuff going on between the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, it's an odd situation, and it's been an odd situation, okay? You know, they've sent contracts over to him up until they got into these last few months of negotiation. They were sending contracts to him. They sent 2 different contract offers to him throughout the 2021 NFL regular season, and he didn't even open them because they set a red notification on the contracts they sent over. He didn't even open them. All right? You know, I was hearing stuff about, he was talking about, he said some, I'll put it in the thing tonight. You know, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to lay this out for you guys right now. Lamar Jackson's camp is convinced Tua Tagovailoa is going to fail in Miami. This is something I've consistently heard since December, and we are now into September. So if you do the math, I've been hearing this, and I've been telling you guys about this stuff for like 10 months almost. I'm just saying. Listen, I believe in Tua, all that jazz. That's not what I'm up to right now. I'm telling you what I'm hearing. And it's a lot of it's from Lamar's camp. Lamar's camp is convinced Tua is not going to work out. And Lamar's camp is convinced. All right. I'm going to put the details in the article, but I know for a fact he said in front of people on the day we traded for Tyreek Hill that Tua ain't it and he could win 3 Super Bowls with us. This man's convinced he can come here and win Super Bowls. Now, everyone knows how I feel about Lamar Jackson as a passer. I'm not paying this guy. I don't believe in paying this guy 35, 40, 45 million with where he is at as a passer. But at the same extent, when you look at our scheme and you look at how he fits in the scheme with his athleticism, that is intriguing. But still, his inadequacies as a passer, this man is not worth 40 or 45 million a year. And like I've said the whole time when Lamar Jackson comes up, and this is my feeling, so I want everyone to know how I feel about this. Why are you going to pay this guy 40, 45 million with the style he plays, and he's midway through his 20s? This guy's body is going to be breaking down by 30. Who in their right mind? The Ravens are smart. The Ravens are smart. I agree with the Ravens with all that guaranteed money. Man, they offered him more guaranteed money than Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray, and he said no. Dude, he is a ripple effect of Deshaun, but this is deeper things. I mean, I've heard, listen, you want to hear how petty this relationship between them is? So what I was hearing back in December was he was already starting to plan his birthday party. And the team had told him privately, listen, we don't like your relationship with Kodak Black. Stay away from him, basically, all right? We're going to pay you all this money. We don't want you hanging out with that guy. That was basically their stance. And just to dig it in, because he's good friends with, then he posted himself and Kodak Black on Instagram. Then he told the team Kodak Black was, the team found out Kodak Black was going to be performing at his birthday party, and they lost their mind. Like this stuff is deep with Lamar. Shout out to Fake Spike 94. Said I got my Zoom hoodie, cheetah shirt, and cup. Attaboy! Inside the NFL.com, best merch store in the game. Go check it out. Fake Spike 94 approved. Day one. I love it, buddy. I hope you enjoy the merch. Listen, I don't want Lamar. I've said this since I reported to you guys in December and I started leaking info. Guys, I've got notes in my phone. March 3rd, I was taking notes about Lamar. From December to March, I was hearing a lot about Lamar and his stance. Now it's popping up again. So I'll be updating the Patreon. I'll be updating the YouTube community tab for members only. Listen, I don't want him. I'm good. Please, if the option is Lamar, please hit Tua. Good God, I want you to hit even more. Please hit. Please. Because the thing is, I mean, we're getting into the nitty gritty here. Guys, next year is Tua's, that's the year where you're going to decide if you're picking up Tua's 5th-year option. And we all know Stephen Ross's infatuation. We all know Stephen Ross is infatuation with him since coming out of Louisville. And I've even been told last year, in the offseason, when DVP was on the block, Lamar Jackson went to management and vouched for DVP. So makes you wonder, was DVP the one that was trying to lure him to Miami as well? He's gone now, but still, please, I'm sorry. Give me Tua hitting or Will Levis. I've been saying Will Levis for time now. Give me Will Levis or give me Tua hitting. Please no. Please no on Lamar Jackson at 40, 45 million a year. Good God, no. Please no. I don't even want to say it. Like we're paying Tyreek $30 million a year. We're paying him quarterback money. That man's worth $30 million a year. Lamar Jackson ain't worth 40, 45 million a year. I'm sorry. I don't even know if he's worth Tyreek money because the stuff I know and how he's acted behind the scenes with this whole Raven thing, I don't even know if I'd want him here. Maybe Dak falls apart this year and then he just goes to Dallas because that was his favorite team growing up. But man, I'm just prepping you guys. It's coming. Prepare for it. If Tua struggles, it's going to be Lamar. And remember who told y'all first? I told y'all back in December. Remember, I've been telling y'all. I was the first one on top of this Lamar thing. So y'all are gonna. Here it comes. So Tua, please get it done. I'm trying to listen to Lamar Jackson rumors all year. Please. I beg. Like, I'm not even lying. Roll with Skyler overpaying Lamar $45 million. Skyler will be in year 2. Roll with Skyler, man. It's a cheap cap hit. See what happens and draft another guy if Tua don't hit. Please hit Tua. Good God. Please meet my expectations of being a top 12 quarterback this year, because if you do, everyone's going to shut up. You're going to be here. We're going to have you on a nice cap hit, and we're going to be able to win. Please. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. Unless Tua puts up 40 this year and 40 next year, Tua ain't going to reset the market even if he does hit. So, Burrow and Herbert are probably going to get paid more because one's got a Super Bowl appearance and Herbert has had statistically the start to his career he had, plus on top of that, the rookie season accolades. So those guys will probably push down to his asking even if he does hit. And by hit, I mean 28 to 32 touchdowns, 3,800 to 4,200 yards. You know what I mean? 8 to 12 interceptions. He shows us he's a franchise guy, and he does it back-to-back years. I still think Burrow and Herbert will probably push down his value just because of unless we go to the Super Bowl. Hey, we go to the Super Bowl, all bets are off. And I think, like I've said, I think next year is the Super Bowl year. I've said that from day one. If Tua hits this year, I think we can win a playoff game, and we can, be that scary team that rolls into the divisional and anything can happen. Next year, I think we're an AFC championship contender if that happens. So, yeah, that's how I think. I can see how this is building. I can see this draft. They're going to finish it off with the draft, with draft and free agency. They're going to finish building this thing if we make the playoffs this year and win. So, and there's only 2 days away. Oh my God, I cannot believe we are here through the Watson drama, through draft season, which is so much work for content creators who put in the kind of work like guys like me and Dougley do by making the videos, doing the big boards. I'm chopping up film for you guys with college. I'm the only one in this community who chops up collegiate all 22 for you because I'm the only one who has access. So, and then the lull season of before you get to training camp, and training camp flew by, and here we are, man. Here we are. I can't believe we are only days away. It's the best feeling in the world right now. I'm telling you right now, you can feel it. It's like tomorrow's Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? It's like Christmas Eve. And I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. If you didn't have a chance, go check out the finish line yesterday with me, Richmond, and Mr. Ballgame. That'll be live every Wednesday on this channel. We did it on Thursday this week because I had that Wednesday panel, because I've been live every night this week. So, yeah. And we're going to get into this preview. And I'm going to tell you this, guys, right now. I'm excited for what I got lined up for you guys with this preview show. I think there's a lot to unpack here. If we're at a much larger sub base than we were last year when we were doing preview shows. So for all of you who have never seen it, It's just the updated format of what I've been doing for now the third season. So we're going to go over the keys to victory. I'm going to give you an in-game matchup to watch. And yeah, we're going to go over the weather. We're going to go over the injury report. We're going to go how these teams compare based off of obviously 2021. And then as we go on from here on out, we'll go on how teams compare based on this, but we don't have any 2022 stats yet. And then we just got a couple notes to go over from the Miami Herald in terms of, roster stuff, because there are some great things that happened with the injury report that we're about to go over in a bit here, but there are some other question marks that have happened that we're going to have to go over with. And Barry Jackson provides a little bit more insight with it. So, because he was at practice today. So now another thing I wanted to talk about the Bills. Everyone's worried about the Bills. Listen, they turned the ball over 4 times against us. We're beating the Bills at Hard Rock. Okay. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Something's wrong with Stafford. That elbow injury, he is not right. That man is not right. I am not afraid of the Buffalo Bills. A good offense would have kept them off the field. Listen, the only guy that worries me on that defense is Von Miller. That's it. Send Alec Ingold to help whatever side he's on. We're good. All right. I'm not worried. Other than Von Miller, Jordan Phillips had a little bit of a beast game too. But, we should be able to do something about that. So, listen, I'm not overly worried. I'm not scared. That O-line in Los Angeles was god-awful. Let's be honest with ourselves. All right? A. B, they just didn't capitalize. I mean, the guy was just targeting Cooper Kupp, and Stafford did not look on. Stafford's elbow is not right. I don't care what they try to tell me about 100%. Stafford is not right now. They might have to shut him down. That looked like you come away from that game and you're saying to yourself, they're going to shut this guy down at some point. That's how I came away with it. That's how I came away from the game. I don't know about all of y'all, but that's how I came away. And Darrell Henderson, Cam Akers not looking, Allen Robinson was only targeted twice. Stafford there were literal memes on Twitter all night during the game about Stafford not looking at receivers unless they were white. I'm not even joking, because it was Higbee and Cooper Kupp got all the targets. Now, I'm just telling you, that's how obvious it was how locked in he was on 2 guys and not spreading the ball around. He barely even looked Allen Robinson's way. So people who want to crap on Allen Robinson, look at Stafford yesterday. Go back and watch. Stafford looked off. That offense is missing OBJ. You know what I mean? They got behind and they couldn't get going with Darrell Henderson, which cost me a whole bunch of money because I had a four player pick parlay. I had Gabriel Davis, Cooper Kupp, who else? Isaiah McKenzie and Darrell Henderson as anytime scorers, and I hit 3 out of the 4, and it was plus 7,900 on the odds. Thank you. They just got behind. Listen, our offense would take advantage. They took advantage of no turnovers. Let's be honest with ourselves. Okay. And they just kept letting Josh Allen back on the field because their offense couldn't move the ball. If you're going to keep giving Josh Allen chances, yeah, he's going to burn you. The guy's elite. Even though he had an 83 completion percentage, I think, something like that, because he only missed 4 or 5 passes. But guess what? 2 of those were interceptions. You had fumbles. You got to extend those drives and keep their offense off the field to cool them down. And they weren't doing their job. You scored on 1 of 4 turnovers, I believe. 1. Got to be better than that against a team like the Bills. Got to bring your A game. So, listen, the way you stop Josh Allen, you keep him off the field. That's how you stop Josh Allen. That's the best way to stop Josh Allen. Keep him off the field. That comes down to your offense, running the football, sustaining long drives. That's what you got to do. That's it. That's where you start at least, all right? And then if you get turnovers and stuff, okay, let's stack them up. But that's where you start at. Keep them off the field with your offense. That's when a best defense is a good offense. That's when that saying rings true. So, Josh Allen coming into that, man, and remember what people thought about him the first 2 years. Now, not many guys that got his physical traits. I'm telling you, though, you look at Will Levis. Will Levis got a lot of the same traits, and I think he's more accurate than Josh Allen is, right? Like coming out of Wyoming. Telling you, Will Levis, man. I don't know if you guys watched this game on Saturday. Him and Jordan Travis were clearly the best quarterbacks last weekend, and Will Levis was a goddamn monster. I posted he had this deep out throw towards the sidelines. It was just a money big boy NFL throw. I love that kid, man. Love that kid. Love that kid. All right. So let's get into it, baby. You already know what time it is. Let's start it off as we always do when we get into these reviews. Man, because I know a lot of y'all are going there. Shout out to the homie, Ghost of Adam Gase, Bobby Schaus, all of y'all going out there. Here is your quarter by quarter weather report. So, it's expected to be humid and partly cloudy at kickoff with a temperature of 90 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's going to feel like 108. Stay hydrated, baby. Whoo! It's going to be a scorcher. Man, train in Palm Beach all you want, Bill. That ain't going to prepare you for 108, all right? You're gonna have a little bit of a wind coming out of the east southeast 9 miles, but it's gonna be 70% humidity. It's gonna hover around that throughout the whole game, basically. There will be cloud cover. And I know by the end of the game there is chance of showers. So you see the precipitation probability here says 4%, but I know there are conflicting reports on that. So as you get into quarter two, quarter three, quarter four, it's going to stick around 90, but it's going to feel like 107, 106. And you're going to have your humidity stick around 67, 68%, dropping down from 70 at kickoff. So, get the brewskis, get the soda pops, get whatever you need. Bring water. Get whatever you got. And you guys are more acclimated to it than Bill Belichick. So go get right for it, all right? Go get right for it. It's going to be a hot one. Enjoy the tailgates. If you're eating, let the other people cook and stay away from the grill. All right? Stay away from the grill, my people. That's the best thing I can tell you, because it is going to be a hot one. So that's what the outlook for tomorrow is weather-wise. Now, as always, after the weather, let's hop in to the final injury report of the week. This is why I do my shows on Fridays, so I can give you guys the final injury report. What good's an injury report on Thursday if it can change on Friday, right? So here is your injury report for Friday, September 9th, 2022. You see a lot of names up there in terms of with the Dolphins. It's quite the extensive list, to be honest with you. So Salvin Ahmed, Tanner Connor, Raekwon Davis, Eric Rowe, and Andrew Van Ginkel were all limited today. Raekwon Davis didn't even practice on Wednesday. So you see Salvin Ahmed's got a heel injury. Tanner Connor, we know he's in that brace. Raekwon Davis nursing a knee injury. Eric Rowe has a pectoral injury, and we know Andrew Van Ginkel is that appendix issue. Now, Alec Ingold, Nick Needham, they are full participants today as was Connor Williams. Jalen Waddle goes from limited on Wednesday to full yesterday to he did not participate today. Myles Gaskin did not participate. Either did Chase Edmonds, Melvin Ingram, and Taron Armstead. So you see Taron Armstead and Melvin Ingram were not injury related. There were vet rests. Chase Edmonds, Myles Gaskin, and Jalen Waddle potentially in question to play. Now, Jalen Waddle, if you listen to Tua's media availability this week, he did say if Jalen is able to go on Sunday. So clearly there is the potential that he might not be good to go. We might be without Jalen Waddle week 1. And I still don't change the fact I ain't scared. I ain't changed. And another thing I want to update you guys, they have eliminated the 4 players you can protect on the practice squad this year. FYI. If no one had seen that, they changed the rules and now it is eliminated. So guys on practice squad can be signed right away. You can no longer protect people. In terms of the New England Patriots, they just had a bunch of limited guys. Joshua Bledsoe, Jacoby Myers, Ty Montgomery, Sean Wade, Isaiah Wynn. Isaiah Wynn would be a big one if he can't go. But listen, Jalen Waddle's game status isn't even questionable. So unless he's a late scratch, he's good. He's good to go, it seems. So does Chase Edmonds. The only questionable are Andy Van Ginkel, Eric Rowe, Raekwon Davis, Tanner Connor, and Salvin Ahmed. So unless Jalen Waddle is a late scratch, it looks like he's going to be good to go. All right. And that is good news. That is very good news. So, now I'm even less scared than I would have. I wouldn't even been scared if he missed. If they would have had to shut him down for week 1, I wouldn't even be worried about it. I think we got enough weaponry where we'd light them up anyways. But let's go. Let's go. If you can do it, if you can dress them all, then let's go. And what's great about this is, guys, this is going to be the first time we see everyone out there. This, through preseason, this is going to be the first time. I mean, if that doesn't make you want to check your pulse, I don't know what will. I really don't know what will. So, just the updates on those rules, by the way. So, teams can still elevate 1 or 2 players from the practice squad on the day before a game. And you don't need to create room for them on the 53. Each practice squatter can be elevated 3 games per year. It was just 2 a year ago. And then they revert back to the practice squad after the game. Also, the rule allowing teams to protect 4 practice squad players from poaching each week has now been eliminated. So any practice squad player can be poached by another team if they're signed to that team's 53. All right? Those are the exact details. So I don't want anyone, that if you see someone get elevated and then poached right away, now you know why. All right. So, but there's the injury report. Jalen Waddle looks like he's going to be good to go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I can't wait. Let's go. All right. Let's look up at how these teams compare based off of what they were last year. So if you look at total offense last year, the Patriots were 15th and we were 25th. We averaged about 307 yards per game. They averaged about 353.4. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if these legitimately flip this year. You look at passing offense, they were the 14th best. We were the 17th best. We averaged 214.8 yards per game. They averaged 226.9. In terms of rushing offense, they were still the 8th best. And I think Ramondre Stevenson's only going to get better. But that whole shift from power gap to zone, we'll see if it affects their ability to run the football. We were 30th last year. We only averaged 92.2 yards per game. We should all expect that to increase. They averaged 126.5 yards per game last year, did the Patriots. Look what a good running game can do for a guy like Mac when you help coddle him, right? Scoring offense, they averaged 27.18 points per game last year. Did the Patriots, best for sixth in the NFL. We averaged 20.06, which was 22nd in the NFL, which is up from when Brissett was leading this team on that stretch of 6 games. We were like 30th, 31st. In terms of sacks allowed, they only allowed 28 last year, which was best for third, tied for third. We allowed 40, which was tied for 19th. You look at third down offense, 2 good third down offenses. We were the 13th ranked third down offense last year, converting at a 40.8 clip. They converted at 43.5 clip, best for 10th overall. Total defense, they were the 4th best defense last year, but they've lost JC Jackson. We were the 15th best because of that absolutely abysmal start. So by the end of it, we allowed about 337.5 yards per game, which is kind of skewed because on the last 8 games when we were 7-1, it was far lower than that. We were in top 5 total defense. You look at them, they only allowed about 310 yards per game. Crazy too, alternative stat if you want to bet on it. The alternative is 2 at 3 over on 325 yards this week, and it is paying quite big. So check that out if you haven't seen it. Anyways, continuing on. Passing defense. They were the 2nd best passing defense, but again, no JC Jackson. We were the 16th best. They allowed only 187 yards, 187.1 yards, round down, 187 yards per game. We allowed about 227 yards, almost 228 at 227.7 yards per game. Scoring defense, we allowed, again, 21.94 points per game, which was 16th best. They were 2nd best. They only allowed about 17.82 points per game. In terms of sacks, we had the 5th most sacks, tied for it in the NFL with 48. They had 36, tied for 18th. In terms of takeaways, this is a key thing too. We had 26 best for 8, tied for 8th in the NFL. They had 30th, tied for 3rd best in the NFL. So you got 2 teams that like to take away the football, whether it's on the ground or in the air. And then giveaways offensively, right? They gave away the ball 23 times, best for 17th. We gave the ball away 26, which was best for tied for 25th in the NFL. So when you look at it last year and you look at our offensive line woes, and you got guys coming forward, like, I expect a guy like Matt Judon to take a huge leap this year. Everyone knows I've been a fan of him coming out. I actually thought he was going to be a dark horse for Rookie of the Year. I'm on record on Inside the NFL in his first year in the NFL in that 2020 season. But, they've added Christian Barmore. They got Christian Barmore, Devon Godshaw. You got Lawrence Guy, Dietrich Weiss. Juwan Bentley's always played us well. They got guys up front, they got some guys. So, man, it's going to be interesting to see how they try and get at the quarterback and if the offensive line can neutralize them. That's going to be the big test for our offensive line. Speaking of keys and neutralizing them, let's get into my keys for the offense and for the defense this week. All right. So, starting off with the offensive keys for, actually, you know what? We're talking about defense. Let's start off with the defensive keys. Starting off with the defensive keys for the Miami Dolphins. So, the corner depth needs to step up. I mean, what else can you say? Byron Jones is out. Trill's hurt. Elijah Campbell, Nick Needham, Noah Igbenogany. Yes, Noah Igbenogany. As much as that we cringe when we hear that name. Keon Crossan. Someone's going to have to step up. All right? Because this is what's going to happen. They're going to pick on you. Whoever is out on that boundary or in the slot, if they kick Needham to the boundary and they like Noah Igbenogany only makes sense on the boundary to me. So if they kick Noah Igbenogany to the boundary, you know where they're going. But I could see them trying to kick Needham to the boundary and Keon Crossan in the slot or some kind of look like that. They're going to pick on one of those two guys. Now, they know Keon Crossan last year. He played in the slot for them a little bit. They could try to pick on Keon Crossan, but whoever that guy is, they're going to pick on one of you. They're going to test you. They're going to stay away from X. Unless guys are running wide open, streaking wide open across the middle of the field, they're going to do their best to stay away from X. They're going to look at Needham. They're going to look at Crossan, Elijah Campbell, whoever's out there. That's just facts. That's just how they're going to, that's just how, and we're going to see a healthy dose of that in the first 4 games. So I don't think Igbo is going to be out there, by the way. So, I mean, now, you guys saw how these guys compare. All right? Listen, last year, this was the 8th best rushing offense in the NFL. All right? We were tied for the 14th best rushing defense, which could have been better because we were phenomenal in that last 8. And I think our rushing defense has gotten even better with the additions of Trey Flowers and Melvin Ingram and such. Listen, are Ramondre Stevenson and Damian Harris going to get some yards? Probably, but limit them. Limit them. Stop that run game. Force Mac into 3rd and longs. Don't give them 2nd and shorts. Don't give them 3rd and shorts. Make them earn the yards through the air. You have to make Mac Jones beat you. And neutralizing the Patriots' rushing attack puts them in that position and backs them up into the corner. It makes them have to beat you with Mac. And Mac cannot beat this defense. I'm sorry. Mac Jones is not good enough to beat the Miami Dolphins defense. You cannot convince me otherwise. By neutralizing the Patriots rushing attack, it allows you, see how everything flows with my keys? Now that flows into my 3rd key. Do what this defense was built to do with man-to-man and the pass rush. Get after it with Ogba. Get after it with Jalen Phillips. By neutralizing it, by neutralizing that run game, you will be allowed to run your exotics. You will have them right where you want them. And that will allow you to run your disguises with man. And that'll allow you to pin your ears back in 0, send corner blitzes, let Brandon Jones do what he does well, let Javon Holland do what he does well with some shots. Let Javon Holland and Jalen Phillips and Ogba pin their ears back, let Melvin pin their ears back, and we will be a nightmare. And it all begins, and I should have had it at the top, with neutralizing the Patriots rushing attack. That's what it all starts with. That's literally what it begins with. Corner depth needs to step up. But once you neutralize that Patriots rushing attack, you got them right where you want them. And you can layeth the smacketh downeth on their candy asses. Why not us? Donates $2. Said, Simone Sniper, check your motherfucking pulse. By the way, go check out InsideTheNFL.com. I have a Simone Sniper shirt. Go check it out. But listen, you neutralize the Patriots rushing attack and you do what this defense was built to do with man-to-man and the pass rush while someone steps up in that 3rd role. We are feasting, ladies and gentlemen. We are feasting against that offense. Go get it done. Go get that done. All right. Now, let's get into The offensive keys to victory for the Miami Dolphins. For the Dolphins, set the tone and protect the football. I snuck 2 into 1. But set the tone means come out, execute your scripted drive, set the tone with your run game and your pass game. But throughout the game, protect the goddamn football. Do not give them more chances than they are going to get just by the natural game flow. And especially when you look at what they were last year in terms of course, them. Again, what did we say? They were tied for 3rd in takeaways. They had 30 takeaways last year. We were 26. We had 26 takeaways and we were 8th. But this is a team that was top 3 in takeaways last year as a defense. Protect the football. Protect it. Tua, receivers, running backs, protect the football. All right? Number 2, do not leave plays in the passing game on the field. We're just not going to afford to it, especially with how we are going to be setting up the pass with the run. Make the plays when they present themselves in the passing game. Do not leave plays on the field, especially if they're big plays, especially if they're quick strike plays. This offense is built where they should be able to strike you at any time like a cobra. Literally, they should be able to strike you at any time like a cobra. Shout out to Cobra Kai. Because of the speed we have. Do not leave plays in the passing game on the field. Number 3, keep that defense honest with the run game. Listen, let's get them out of the box. Let's keep them on their heels. Let's get them confused. Let's get what our offense is built to do. Get the flow of the game to one side of the football and come back with the play action and kill them big time on the other side of the field. We saw the potential of this run game in that Eagles preseason game. If guys are quick into their kick slide, they do their assignment, and they set their blocks, we are going to be okay, and we're going to have big running lanes for guys like Raheem Mostert and Chase Edmonds. And that is a scary thought because Raheem Mostert, guys, I'm telling you, if he stays healthy, he will be running back 1 by the end of this year. We should see a run game we haven't seen in quite some time in Miami this year. The offensive line just needs to do its job. The offensive line just needs to do its job. And I believe that this running game is putting yards up on the... I think we're going to rush for about 120 yards on Sunday. If our run game gets stifled, but I don't think it will. I think we're putting numbers up. I really do. Watch, we're about to hit them with something they ain't seen before. I'm going to tell you this. I know people were worried about how much McDaniels showed in that game against the Eagles. You think he didn't put that stuff on film for Belichick to see from an offensive standpoint to plan for? McDaniels ready. I'm going to tell you, listen, you can't tell me Bill Belichick thought 2 or 3 extra days was going to get him acclimated to the weather. Oh, no. He knows what's on the line this Sunday. He knows. This guy knows exactly what's on the line. It's the first time the Patriots haven't been favored to win a season opener since 2016. It's the first time the Dolphins are favored over the Patriots since 2013. We just snapped a streak of 16 consecutive games with the Patriots as favorites. Oh no, he's not happy. He's not happy one bit. He's about to get that work too. All right. Continuing on. The matchup to watch for me is simple. It's Tua versus Mac. Now, I know you're going to say, well, reason you always say quarterbacks don't have to beat each other. They have to beat the opposing defense. And agreed. But it's going to be whoever performs best out of these two guys, they're going to win. Whichever one of these two players has the better game, and I don't mean like you have a bad game and then here comes garbage time and you pad your stats to make it look like you had a better game. The more efficient guy, the guy who makes the throws when they present themselves, whoever has the better game out of these two is probably going to lead their team to victory. Now, I could have put McDaniel versus Belichick here. I could have. But, I mean, you know, with everything that's been going on and everything we've heard coming out of New England in terms of how this offense looks and how Mac doesn't look as comfortable as he did last offseason in this new offense, you got to think it's going to potentially come down to these two guys. And it's going to come down to which one has the better game. So, and I'm banking on Tua to have the better game. I really am. I really, really am. So the matchup to watch for me is Tua Tagovailoa versus Mac Jones. And this is a chance for Tua to set the tone too. For the season. The first career this year. So I'm hyped, man. I think Mac Jones, you want my honest opinion, you'll see when I get to my prediction. I think Mac Jones is going to get worked. I think Mac Jones is going to get worked. And I think Bill Belichick, as great of a defensive mind as he is, he has the unfortunate task of being the first coach / defensive mind that's going to have to try and figure out Mike McDaniel's playbook and offense. And it's not going to be what he saw in San Francisco. Right? San Francisco and Atlanta and Denver, they didn't have the speed element we have. I'm telling you right now, they don't know what to expect. Shout out to the homie Chef Jew for rolling through. So, yeah, Bill Belichick, listen, we can all sit here and say, well, it's the first time, first big game that bullets will be flying for McDaniel. But yeah, but Belichick also has the unfortunate task of basically trying to figure out the playbook and the play calling style of what many of us have already dubbed a genius. Who, and I'm going to tell you this, McDaniel's bringing his A game as a coach. He's bringing that work, and he's bringing that business. It's coming. Just saying. It's coming. So that's the matchup to watch for me when I look at this. Again, listen, we could have gone, Belichick versus McDaniel. Hell, we could have gone the Dolphins front against their running back committee. But I think whichever one of these guys performs the best, that team is going to come away most likely with the dub. So we'll see how that works out. Hey, man. Go Tua. Go Dolphins. What else can I say? All right. Snap diggity. All right. Now, before I get into my predictions, just a couple things I wanted to show you guys before I get into my prediction for the game. From Barry Jackson, just because of looking at that injury report, several Dolphins defenders in doubt for Sunday, and Nizikama hoping for early playing time. The Dolphins listed 3 rotational defensive players as questionable for Sunday's opener against New England: Eric Rowe, Andrew Van Ginkel, and Raekwon Davis. All 3 were limited at Friday's practice. Also listed as limited on Friday and questionable for Sunday: Salvin Ahmed and Tanner Connor. Everyone else on the 53-man roster, including Jalen Waddle, Nick Needham, and Alec Ingold, practice fully Friday and will play Sunday. Byron Jones is on the physically unable to perform list and will miss at least 4 games. Davis, who's an unquestioned starter, was moving around okay Friday, but was also wearing a compression sleeve on his right leg. Davis said his knee got rolled up during Thursday's practice. Said Friday that he's feeling all right, but was non-committal about whether he would play Sunday. If Davis cannot play, John Jenkins will get some work at defensive tackle, and linebacker and tackle Trey Flowers might too. Zach Seiler's workload also could figure to increase. Rowe said he's feeling better, feeling good, but also was non-committal about Sunday. If he cannot play, Elijah Campbell or newcomer Justin Bethel could get playing time as a third safety, or the Dolphins simply could have Brandon Jones play most every down alongside fellow starters Javon Holland. Another safety, Clayton Fedulum, is on injured reserve and will miss at least 4 games. If Van Ginkel is out, new outside starting linebacker Melvin Ingram could play even more than would usually be the case. So the Ingram one I'm okay with. I don't like this. Brandon Jones getting more of a, because they will target Brandon Jones as well. My issue with that is obviously more snaps for Brandon Jones means more chances for him to be a liability in coverage. You know, when you want someone covering a tight end or a running back out of the backfield, Eric Rowe's your guy. Brandon Jones, you know, but hey, reps are the only way he's going to get better, right? In Eric Ezukanma's case, the Dolphins have several interesting snap decisions to make in the days ahead. Among them, when the Dolphins go to 4 wide receiver sets, does promising rookie Eric Ezukanma get the nod over steady, reliable Trent Sherfield alongside Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Cedric Wilson Jr.? Asked last week if he expects to get playing time on offense early in the season, Ezukanma said he does. I feel like I will when Tyreek needs a blow. Coach is always saying, be ready to get in there. He said being on the field in 4 wide receiver sets is an immediate goal for him. Ezukanma was 12th in the NFL in preseason receiving yards with 156 on 10 receptions. He has impressed the Dolphins with his combination of size, ability to create separation, and assertiveness in pursuing contested catches. His hands, something draft analysts did question, have not been an issue. I didn't really question his hands. It was more about his route tree, because we all know Texas Tech doesn't put a lot of emphasis in, complicated and, extensive route trees. So he said, I'm never satisfied, but throughout the process of camp, I feel I did a good enough as a rookie coming in. Ezukanma said, I made plays when the ball came to me. Even so, it wasn't up to my standards. Hill sees a potential NFL standout in the Texas Tech rookie. I think we all do, baby. I think we all do. He's very hard to tackle, very strong, great balance, great hands. He has everything you need to be one of the top guys in the league. It's about staying consistent and listening to the coaches. He's a heck of a player, man. I'm going to tell you this right now. I got a little money invested in Eric Ezukanma, okay? I need him to get a touchdown. I took him on a parlay. I took the Dolphins with spread. I took Tyreek with an anytime touchdown. I took a defensive touchdown, and I took an Eric Ezukanma touchdown. And just to say this, boy, does it ever pay out. So, where does he need to get better? Coming fast off the ball, as Ezukanma said, and knowing exactly what I'm doing, because each of our routes, there's different details to everything that we do. See, that's what I told you coming out. He needed to get better at, was running his routes and his route tree. So even he's admitted that, right? Ezukanma realizes he's in a good position, learning from receivers coach Wes Welker, who fully maximized his talents. You gotta love it. During a long NFL career, as well as veterans Hill and Wilson Jr. Watching them run routes and come off the ball, learning things from said, him being a smooth guy, I'm more of a smoother guy myself rather than a speedster. If what he displayed in preseason is a harbinger, Ezukanma could end up being better than the majority of 4th round draft picks. I was drafted in the 4th round based on my college career, really not my talent, I feel, he said. The Dolphins, they kept 5 rookies on the 53-man roster, and 3rd-round linebacker Channing Tindall said he's not sure if he'll be active Sunday. Asked if there are any defensive packages in place for him, he said, I think I have the skills to help, but I don't know of any packages. I'm prepared for anything. Skylar Thompson and tight end Tanner Connor likely will be inactive. Kadir Kahu could help on defense and special teams. Cameron Good said last week he was disappointed not to make the 53-man roster, but Mike McDaniel and general manager Chris Greer quickly assured him that he would be signed to the practice squad. They said they like me and I have a career ahead of me. They need me to get stronger and work on technique and hand placement. It's a developmental year. Cornerback Noah Monogany, ready to help fill in for Byron Jones, blocks out external criticism. I hope you don't listen to this show, Noah. Doesn't matter what anyone thinks. It's my third year, and I'm only 22. How long are you going to use the age as an excuse, bro? It's your third year. He said he's improved in overall knowledge, and that assistant coaches Sam Madison, Patrick Surtain have helped him a lot. With their experience as top corners, it would be crazy not to listen to them. Players say anticipation about the season is palpable. It's been a while since we've had this excitement, Jerome Baker said. We have a good team, great offense, great coaches, great people. It's going to be a good one. Running back Chase Edmonds said, it's been quite a few times where I've shown face Fort Lauderdale, Davie, and I've been recognized. The community cares about the team and the success of the organization. It's on us to follow up the hype out there and execute. Jalen Phillips said, talking with new veterans, Taron Armstead and Melvin Ingram has helped him grow his game. He said, I'm starting to reach into a deeper bag of tricks. Uh-oh. Jalen Phillips in a deeper bag of tricks? Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Are you serious? Are you serious? Man. Kabootin. All right. Another thing I wanted to quickly show you guys too. This thing out from Albert Breer. Check this one out. You guys are going to be interested by this before we get out of here. Anyways, it's about quarterbacks again. So it's kind of crazy. So here we go. Anyways, let's get into this poll. He took a poll, and I think he got like 76 ballots back. And the poll was this. All right. The methodology of compelling the poll, he done in 2015, 2018, 2020, 2021. Was to ask league folks who they thought would be the top 5 quarterbacks at the end of the coming season. So he wanted to ask after all the preseason games were done, so they had the most information possible. I wanted to ask for 5 because I wanted to make this about the elite, and word gets thrown around too much. Most of all, I wanted this to create a real league consensus on what's ahead at the position. So after the final cutdown last week, I sent out what felt like a million texts to general managers, head coaches, coordinators, quarterback coaches, vice presidents, directors of player personnel, and pro scouting directors with all 32 teams, really the people who know the most about the league at that position, asking them who they think will be the top 5 quarterbacks in football when we're all in Arizona for the Super Bowl. He got 76 ballots back. And he found out there's a clear-cut class of 6 guys gobbling on most of the votes, but more variance among first-place votes than he had gotten in the past. So here's the results with a reminder that you get 5 points for a first-place vote, 4 points for a second-place vote, and so on. So you get 1 point for 5th place, right? So you get 5 for first, 4 for second, 3 for third, 2 for fourth, and 1 for 5th. So Patrick Mahomes was 1, Josh Allen was 2, Aaron Rodgers was 3, Herbert was 4, Burrow was 5. At 6, they had Tom Brady. At 7 was Stafford. At 8, Lamar Jackson with 15 points. And then Derek Carr was there at 9 with 12.5 points. Russell Wilson got 12 points. Kyler Murray, 11th with 4.5. Look at this. Tua Tagovailoa and Trevor Lawrence each got a 5th place vote. Literally, they each got a 5th place vote. Trevor Lawrence. So what they said about Tua was he appeared on 1 ballot. Said he's a little surprised by this one. I asked for an explanation from the guy who voted for him. He said he hasn't had weapons like this since he left Alabama, and the offense will give him a lot of looks where the first read is open. And to me, that's the great thing about doing this list every year. It helps us look forward to what's to come at a time when so many different things, such as Tagovailoa, become a top 5 guy, are possible. So there you go. Someone in the league said Tua Tagovailoa will be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. And again, these ballots are amongst coaches, vice presidents, directors of player scouting, quarterback coaches, etc. So people that know the position, and someone thinks Tua is going to perform at a top 5 rate this year. So, hey, man, just a little bit more of a positivity. I mean, like I said, we're coming into Sunday. We're going to start finding out some answers. I mean, that's what's one of the most exciting things about this whole process for me coming up is we're about to get some answers, people. We're about to see what this offense looks like, how McDaniel looks calling plays when it matters and when the bullets are flying, how Josh Boyer looks with the defense solely in his grasp right now. We are going to start Tua. We're starting to get answers. How does Tyreek look in the aqua and orange? We already know how that's going to go, baby. It's going to go swimmingly with that man. Even with the running backs, we're going to start to see if guys can stay healthy. Who really is the alpha in that backfield? Who really is the guy? So, man, guys, we are 2 days away. We are less than 48 hours. I mean, if you're not excited, are you a football fan? Are you a Dolphin fan right now? Watching those guys come out, man, to be able to share in that joy with you guys. I'll be live Sunday around 12:45, and we'll be live. And then again, after that, we'll be doing the fifth quarter post-game show, which will be an open panel to you guys. So we're giving a new format on Sunday. I mean, let's get this dub. Let's not let this inadequate team that's nowhere near as talented as ours come into our home and get a dub. There is no way we should allow that to happen. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Guys, we are flying. We're coming up on 9,100. We are under 940 away from 10,000. At 10,000, I'm going to do a giveaway. We are going to do a giveaway. There are going to be 3 winners. And basically, they're going to, you're going to be able to go to finsidethenfl.com/shop, and you're going to be able to pick out some merch for yourself. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, I need you to go check out finsidethenfl.com. Get your gear, man. It's made for not just Inside the NFL fans, but Dolphin fans. Stuff that you can rock proudly as a Dolphin fan. Go check out the forums. We got forums. Mike Gets Sticky shirt giveaway on September 30th. We have introduced Fin Coins. You would get Fin Coins for every purchase. You would get Fin Coins for signing up. Go get Fin Coins because you can put it towards merch. And we've got we just dropped this new shirt this week, the Cheetah and Waddle. And guys, if you're cooking, I know we're getting into fall. I know you're getting into fall, but we got this in hoodie and we got it in an apron. I love this design. Guys, Chef 2 is cooking, baby. Chef 2 is cooking. So go check it out. finsidethenfl.com. Go check out the shop. Best merch in the game. I'm telling y'all. Go check it out. Y'all will love it. Listen, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to be live 12:45 on Sunday. I will see all of y'all then. Check your pulse, baby. Let's get this dub. Let's get this dub. But before I do, I can't let y'all do it. Miami 27, New England 13. That is my prediction for Sunday. I ain't trying to hear any different. And I really think we can get in to the 30s on them. But I'm going 27-13, Miami Dolphins. Let's get it, baby. Check your pulse. Fins up. I'll see all y'all on Sunday. Let's go, baby.